Hello Pilates lovers, welcome back to my channel, Annie Pilates Physical Therapist. This video is about bicipital tendinitis, which is an inflammation on the bicipital groove of our tendon area that causes pain and inflammation and weakness on your biceps muscles caused by an injury from sports such as overhead and rotation of your shoulder or poor posture that causes impingement on the area. So get your mat ready and elastic band to join me. So let's discuss the anatomy of your biceps brachii. Biceps means there's two heads that starts on your long head of your biceps, which is the longer one, starts on your shoulder, on the glenoid cavity area of your shoulder joint. And they have to sit. There's a groove, the bicipital groove that sits in and it's being held by these transverse humeral ligaments that also gets irritated and inflamed to hold it there. And the short head of the bicep starts on the coracoid process of your scapula. So if your posture is bad, it causes more impingement. But the inflammation is getting strained on the long head as they go side by side to form this muscle belly, and it inserts on the radial tuberosity of your radial bone, which is part of your forearm. There's two bones here. So the function of this muscle is not just for flexion in a supinated position, it also has a shoulder flexion and the stabilizer of your shoulder for the first 30 degrees. Some people, 10% of the people has a third head, but that's very rare. And because of this inflammation from overhead reaching activities with bad posture, we have to lengthen and open your muscles. And the biceps brachii is also a major supinator, the opening of your forearm. So just imagine it's a biarticular joint. It articulates in different forms. It's not just a major flexion of your elbow. And there's a painful arc that happens. So the first 0 to 60 degrees, there's no pain. But between 60 to 120, that's the most painful area. And you feel like it's a shoulder problem. And then from 120 to 180, there's no pain. So this arc of pain is a big telltale sign for this bicipital tendinitis. And there's so many factors. It could be a rotator cuff tear. So I have a rotator cuff and impingement syndrome you can check out down the link below to learn more about this. So the first exercise is utilizing an elastic band, and we're going to do some shoulder external rotation. Even though we're targeting the rotator cuff muscle, it helps open up this area and strengthen your upper back that's really weak. And my suggestion is to use that band as much as you can open, as long as there's no increasing pain, and hold it for 5 seconds, hold up to 10 times. You can start small from 5 reps until you can tolerate up to 15 times and do 3 sets of 15. And put some heat first before you start treatment so it's not as tender and inflamed. It helps circulate the area. So after doing this lovely strength training, and then now you can stretch it by utilizing a wall with your palm of your hands on the wall, and slowly press your wrist down and turn your head away from the injured area and feel that lovely stretch. You can also use a door or a chair or anything that's stable. And then you can also utilize a V position and lean forward to open your chest. And hold that up to 30 seconds. Hold 5 to 10 reps as much as you can as you lengthen the tendon area of the bicipital groove. And after doing those stretching and strength training, then you can use your own body mechanics to strengthen your shoulder more. So your hands and knees, and then you're going to slowly open to the side as much as you can, like a yoga pose, and down. And my recommendation is to do this 5 seconds hold, open, up to 10 times. After doing that, you can do the child pose and hold that 30 seconds hold. 5 to 10 reps to stretch your shoulders more. And after doing those stretching, you can use a bolster. And you're going to do some thoracic mobility, because usually with bad posture on your thoracic area, it causes more tightness on your upper front of your shoulder. And from this position, with your hands out like this, you're going to open.
And if you don't have a bolster,
you can use pillow that you can dangle your head back and front gently. Pull back. You open your elbows far apart, and you feel that on your biceps tendon being stretched with your elbow bent. And then the progression in this one is without your hands on your head, and you open. If you're in the bed area, you can dangle more and open and close. And after doing that up to 10 repetitions, then you can sit up, and you can really open more in sitting up position and open, fingers pointing back. Stretch your median nerve, because your median nerve passes through behind the cubital fossa of your elbow. So even though the inflammation here, this gets tight, and sometimes you have tingling sensation on your fingers, the median nerve, open, fingers out, and gently look up. And then tilt your head to the side away from the bicipital tendon problem. And hold that for 5 seconds, hold up to 30 seconds. As much as you can tolerate, and back. So you take a deep breath, engage your core, lean away, and that's it. Those are simple exercises you can do to open your shoulders, help the inflammation, and you can do some myofascial release as well in the end. On the tendon of the groove, gently make circular motions until some pressure being pressed, and you can hold that for 10 seconds, hold near the transverse humeral ligament, gently, as long as it's not too much pain. And when you let go, it's not getting worse. You feel a relief. So when you massage the area, it helps ironing the myofascia, the fascia that gets tight like a tight shirt. So with the tight shirt, imagine a fascia. Our fascia is like a shirt that holds everything together. And if it's tight, it gives a lot of limitation on your shoulder movements.
So let's discuss some recap of treatment plan. First, put some heat for at least 20 minutes on your shoulder to warm up the area. Then the shoulder external rotation, utilizing an elastic band, hold for 5 seconds, hold up to 10 times. Stretch on the wall and hold that up to 30 seconds. Hold and slowly turn your head to get a better stretch, and progress on the door or a chair to lean forward gently and hold it for 30 seconds, slowly and easy on your shoulders, and then go to your hands and knees. Slowly lift your trunk rotation and shoulder up. Feel a gentle stretch on your anterior shoulder. Progress to child pose for the shoulder flexion stretch and thoracic mobility. We're going to progress now with the bolster behind your thoracic area, and you're going to put your hands behind your head, elbows out, and gently open and close your elbows. Progress with your hands out. And lastly, we are going to do some median nerve glides, leaning away from the area that you have the inflammation of your shoulder, fingers pointing backward. And finally, myofascial release on the bicipital groove area where you have the most inflammation and tenderness.
Thanks again for joining me. I'm hoping you're feeling much better on your bicipital tendon area. Please like and subscribe my channel. Ring the notification bell for future updates just like this one. I upload videos every Wednesdays, Fridays, Sundays, and sometimes Mondays for Pilates, physical therapy, health, and wellness. You can also follow me on my social media, my Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, and also have a Patreon account. You can check out the link down below to support my channel. You can also leave comments, suggestions, or any special requests for body part that you might need help with. Thanks again for joining me. Have a great and healthier you. Bye!